So today we're taking a look at the all-new DeWalt cordless brushless 1/4 inch sheet variable speed sander, and I'll tell you what, holy sheet, this thing is awesome. Now in today's video we're going to go over all the specs. I'm going to show you a project that I use this for. It really works out nice, and then I'm also going to tell you why you might want to use this sander over an Orbital. Now the model number right down below, there's no battery that comes with this, only the tool and the dust collector bag. And to show you a side-by-side comparison between that and the Orbital sander, well, they're basically the same, except for, well, the dust collector is on the side of the Orbital sander, and, well, it's rounder where this is square, and the dust collector on the back, well, I'll talk about that here in a bit. Now, not only will you get these two things, you will also get your hole punch. And what's nice about this is that you do not have to go out and buy special sandpaper that already has the holes in it. Again, I'll show you that here in a bit, but let's throw our dust collector bag on, and I'm going to show you how to put the sandpaper in. Super, super easy to do. Nothing special here. You can see there's no holes in this paper. This is Diablo paper, some 1/4 inch sheets, and they're 150 grit. That's what we're going to be using on the project that I'll show you here in a bit. Now, usually these sanders only have one pin on them, but this one has two, which I really, really like. Really, all you have to do is take the one pin and loosen it like so, and then go on the other side and loosen it like so. Then all you have to do is grab your sandpaper, and you can see how it's going to clamp down in the back. What I really like about this is it holds that sandpaper tight. Instead of just that one clip, you have the two. You also have your crimper right up here in the front. You have a button you push down. Well, let me just show you. So we're going to take our piece of sandpaper, and we're just going to push down on that and then throw the sandpaper right in like so. Now, once you get that crimp down in the holder, all you're going to do is just flip it like this, put it on the back. You see how it is? Sort of like a mouse trap. Take that and just clip it right in on the side, and then do it on the other side. DeWalt did it right on this, man. DeWalt really did a good job with that. I'm really happy they put two clips on it. Now check this out. This is how you're going to put holes in your paper, so you don't have to spend extra money with the holes already in your paper. And when I seen this, I was like, holy shit. And you just push down on it, you smack it, you apply some pressure, and boom, there are your holes. Now, obviously, DeWalt's not the only one that has this, but it works really well. And I will also tell you it works great when you're using heavier grit papers like 60 or 80, along with the finer grit papers. Now, the dust attachment, the collector bag right here, here's a 6.0 battery, which, okay, you're probably not going to use a large battery like that anyway, but if you wanted to, well, it's not going to fit. I would say use a 4AH battery. It fits just fine. I'll show you that. Even if I take that off, it will not fit unless I remove that dust collector all the way. So I was kind of bummed out about that. I would have liked to have seen that dust collector on the side like it was on the Orbital, but all in all, the 4AH battery works fine for me, and it's lighter anyway. Now, the speed control and the on and off switch, both in the same place as the Orbital sander, very easy to get to and control. You can adjust this between 12 and 14,000 oscillations per minute. So if you wanted to go slower, you can go slower. If you wanted to go faster, you go faster. You got something that's really hard to take off, well, do your thing. And again, that on and off switch, really nice. Now, we have a sign here that I made, but it's scrap. It's unfortunate because there was some filler in this wood, and I'm not going to be able to stain it all that well because, filler doesn't take stain. So I'm not going to clean this up at all. What I'm going to do is I am going to stain a little bit of this, and then I am going to stain the letters, and then I'm going to use this sander to take it off. And you can see that filler right there. Ugh, bummer. But the reason why I want to use this type of sander other than the Orbital sander is because you have a lot of small parts. What we're going to do is we're just going to clean this up here, right? We're going to take some of those jagged edges off. But you can see the commas and the periods and even the letters up on top. If I were to go with an Orbital, I have a good chance of just taking those and ripping them right off of the piece of wood. Now, the reason for that is because the Orbital spins and vibrates where this just oscillates. It just vibrates back and forth pretty quick, and you don't have to worry about damaging your piece. But let me show you what it sounds like on low to high. So tons of control, and it keeps that flat. There's no waves on that wood now. There's nothing where an orbital sander could cause waves. Now, here's the thing. The stain, I hit it with a lighter stain on the base, and then the lettering up on top, I hit it with a little bit of a darker stain. Now, if I wanted to, I could tilt that a little bit and get into tighter areas. And again, the two things I don't have to worry about now is one, ripping letters off because it's not spinning, it's just oscillating or vibrating. And two, well, I can get into some really tight corners with this. Now, obviously, this sign is a little bit smaller. It's about 11 inches. The base of this sander, you're looking at about 4 3/8 wide and 4 1/8 long. Now, obviously, this is a one-handed sander. I will tell you, though, that the grip on this is a little bit wide. It's just like the orbital sander. So if you got small, tiny, tiny hands, well, it might be a little bit wide for you. I'm just being honest. However, you would really have to have very tiny, tiny hands for this to be uncomfortable. As far as it goes with vibration, it feels great in the hands. You really don't notice it at all. And it's way more quiet than any pneumatic sander that I've ever used. And you don't have to worry about the cord. But you can see here, I'm trying to hit that comma a little bit, and you can really get some detail out of the sander. Those really tight corners we talked about, yeah, I like that. And I don't have to worry about any of these letters busting off. Now, what I'm going to do here is I am just going to lay this flat down now on the piece of wood, and I'm going to restain the bottom because it is a little bit wider. But I'm just going to hit it and then restain it. Check this out. We'll hit it with 150 grit, and it just does a really, really good job. So you can see it took that stain right off. So powerful, these sanders. I really like the DeWalt sanders. Definitely the Orbital is my favorite sander out there on the market today, but I can't use it on something like this. I have to use a sheet sander, and this is just such an awesome addition to the shop. Now, they're saying the weight on the sander is 2.1 pounds. I'm assuming that is without the battery. I use the 4AH battery on this. You can't really go any bigger. I do wish that the dust collector was on the side, but as for the dust collector, it works really good just like the Orbital. The build quality of the DeWalt sanders are just freaking awesome. I love how they put 2 hold down pins on this instead of just 1. I think it works really great. They did not have any issue with any sandpaper wanting to come out on me. The one thing I will say about that dust collector though is it does stick out a little bit further, so you don't really have to worry about it getting in your way. So maybe that's why they did it. They just made it longer instead of right there. Also states on the Home Depot site that the lowest setting is 12,000 OPM, but it seems like you can go a lot lower than that. I could be wrong, but it just seems that way to me. Everything's super easy to use, and definitely a solid configuration on this when you put that sandpaper in. I'm telling you, it's not going anywhere. And you got the 3-year limited warranty with it. And I also like that texture grip up on the palm. Now, I'll put a link in the description below for you to check this out for yourself, but at the end of the day, I mean, you just can't go wrong with the DeWalt sanders. They're the first ones I grabbed in my shop. I love the Orbital sander, and I love the new sheet sander. It is just a really nice built tool, and it will definitely do the job. I think it's pretty comfortable. Again, I think if you're, someone with small hands, well, it might be a little bit too wide for you up in the palm area, but other than that, it's just a really nice sander. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. What do you like about the sander? What do you not like about the sander? Have you tried it, or are you planning on trying it? In the upcoming week, we're also going to be doing a video between this and the Orbital sander, showing you the main differences between the two and why you might want to use one over the other. Even though we explained that a little bit in this section here, well, we'll do an up-close personal video. Now, you can also come over and say hi to us on the Instagram page at Tool Review Zone. Be great to see you over there. Come over and say hi. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, get subscribed, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any other reviews. And with that, we will be back with more videos soon.